What's up guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cade and this is For Honor. The beta was on just over the weekend. I think it started on Thursday or Friday, lasted for a few days. This is on Xbox One. Played quite a bit of it, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to it coming out on the, I think it's the 12th or 14th of February. So yeah, planning to pick that up. If you don't know much about it, if you didn't get a chance to watch the beta, or if you haven't really seen anything about it, it's a third-person sort of medieval style action combat game. There's a single-player campaign, there's a lot of multiplayer modes, a lot of multiplayer-focused modes, but it's looking pretty cool. I'm just going to run through some of the basics of it, some of the stuff that you might want to know, and see if you're interested in it. So the game's focused around three different factions: Knights, Samurai and Vikings. There's 4 heroes in each faction you can choose to play as. I'm not entirely sure how the single player is going to play out, if it's like a campaign per hero or if it's just a standard campaign and you choose a hero to play through, and it doesn't really matter which one you choose, but there's not been many details about the single player so far. So there was 12 classes playable in the beta. There was Warden, Conqueror and Peacekeeper for the Knights, Raider, Warlord and Berserker for the Vikings, Kensei, Nobushi and Orochi for the Samurai. 3 more classes to be released in the full game. That's Lawbringer for the Knights, Valkyrie for the Vikings and Shigoki for the Samurai. Classes have 3 ratings, complexity ratings: easy, medium and hard. The 3 starting classes are all the most straightforward ones to play. I predominantly played with the Warden during the beta, just to give me time to get a handle on it. So the game has this whole slew of customization options, from patterns for certain armor parts. You get different colors to choose from, color sets. Each part of the armor can have different patterns, which take on the color selections that you've chosen. You also get symbols which you can add to each sort of armor part as well. These are all unlocked. Some are unlocked through leveling up, from doing getting achievements, and you also get loot drops. After each mission you have a chance to drop loot. You can also buy it with a thing called steel, which you earn as you complete game modes, win game modes. And that's how you level up, and that's how you earn renown and steel to upgrade your character. Each hero also has a set of 4 different feats, which are like kill streaks that you earn as you level up during Dominion game modes. As you kill, as you achieve things during the game, you can level up, and you're able to use these. Some are passive, some are activated. And you can use them to sort of help your team or help yourself throughout the game. And there's 3 different game modes that you can play in the game. There's Duel, Brawl and Dominion. Now you actually get a choice for each game mode to play against player versus player or player versus AI. This is good for someone like me who sucks, certainly to start with, and gives you a chance to at least level up and learn your skills, but actually improve and earn things. You're not penalised too much for playing against playing against AI instead of players. So this is the duel mode. As you can see, it's 1 versus 1. No real interruptions there, other than you get a chance. There's environmental kills that you can do, which we'll see a little bit later on. It's best out of 5 rounds, so first person to 3 rounds wins. It is possible to draw. You can kill each other at the same time, so it is possible to have a stalemate. But the key is to obviously win 3 rounds and you win the game. So this is a good demonstration of the actual combat of the game. You can see the 3 different stances that you can be in: left, right and up. The idea is to match your stance. If they're attacking, block that. You can parry, deflect, and you can actually counter attacks as well. which exactly what that was there. That was a counter, so you're able to, if you time it right, you can completely deflect an attack and hit them at the same time, which is a really devastating attack. I think it's unblockable and it does a lot of damage really fast. This is in the Citadel map, I think it is. There's, I think, a few different maps so far. I think there's only about 4 in the beta. Each round swaps to a different area of the map to let you fight in. But these geyser things are environmental hazards. You'll see what happens in a second when they get used in a fight. So, you know, there's a lot to think about in game modes, particularly in duels. Obviously, you're focused on one enemy, which makes it a bit easier, but it, you know, depending on how good they are. So that, you know, stepping in these things, they start to bubble, and then it gets in your way, boom, you're dead. So there's a bunch of different sort of environmental hazards throughout different maps. I think you get like spiked walls, you can fall off ledges, you get blown up by geezers. But that's the duel mode, pretty straightforward. And this is showing you at the end of each map you get a chance to win loot. So there I won a chest piece. You also get experience, and there's also a thing called orders, which are like bounties that you can play through across the different game modes, like kill so many, complete so many duels, or complete so many dominions, or play as a certain character, and they give you experience and steel, which is your currency.
Round 1.
And this is the Brawl mode, very similar to duel really, except it's 2 versus 2. Again, you can be just AI, so in this I was playing with an AI against AI. I have to say I don't recommend the Brawl mode. It's really dependent on how good your AI is. If your AI goes down and you haven't killed the one that you're facing, then the other AI is going to automatically try and attack you. I think when it's player versus player, hopefully the other team will have some sort of chivalry, let you finish your one-on-one fight, and you know, wait until you've killed yours or you've been killed to continue on the match. Unfortunately, AI don't have said honor. Like my AI here is just going ham on this guy, mashing him in the face with his mace. But yeah, again, it's very similar to duel. It's same map setups, moves from round to round. You have to win 3 out of 5. But obviously your teammate or your AI usually faces off one another, and they sort of concentrate on winning one fight. It'll be interesting to see when the full game comes out how chivalrous other teams are. For me, I'd far rather be fighting one person. You know, if my teammate goes down, or if I take someone down, I'd wait and see if my teammate wins. If he doesn't, I'll take the guy on that beats my teammate. But that's just me. I think the fact that the game's called For Honor, I'd like to think that that's how they intend the game to be. But yeah, here's an example of being ganked by the AI. It's nothing. They have no honor, so they can't. You think they might have programmed that into the game? You know, the AI hanging back and waiting for you being defeated or defeating their teammate, but I guess not. But hopefully the players online will have a bit more decorum, a bit more chivalry about them. Other than that, very similar to the duel mode. It is possible to. You see it in the tutorial to block more than one person's attack, so I'm obviously just really crap at this game, so you know I'm not good at it, but you can block more than one person's attacks at once, but it's for me difficult to do much in that situation. But I think it's, you know, as you learn you get better and capable of doing more things. But yeah, so that's the Brawl mode. Obviously only 3 rounds here, so this wasn't the end of it, but gives you an idea of how to. You just have to get to 3 round wins, just like the duel. So almost exactly the same as the duel mode. And finally, this is the Dominion mode. It is a 4 versus 4 conquest style point capture game mode where you have to capture and defend 3 points across a map. You have to hold the points until your score reaches, I think it's like 1,000 or something like that, and then you go into a mode where you have to kill all of the enemy heroes. If you kill all of the enemy heroes in the time or before they recover, you win the match. So there's also, you've got the 4 heroes on each team, and then you've also got soldiers on your and their side. The B point in the middle is always a sort of kind of like a small war zone where there's a bunch of soldiers from each faction. The B control zone tends to be the most contested point. You find that C and A change quite regularly between the different factions. I mentioned the feats before. As you complete objectives, capture objectives and kill enemies throughout the game, you level up. They're kind of like kill streaks, but once you've unlocked them, they stay unlocked for the rest of the game. They can be used to help your teams, or buff your team, or help capture points quicker, or they can hinder your enemies. Some skills are like chuck a flashbang and debuff, area debuffs and stuff like that, or one of the level 4 ones is launch a catapult at an area and do massive damage. So they're really handy throughout a game. If you do quite well, you can upgrade and cause even more damage and help your team. The soldiers themselves, when you kill them, they give you points. If you've got a passive, you can also sort of restore health and restore stamina throughout. Obviously, you've constantly got to be aware of where you are, where your enemy team, like the enemy heroes, are as well. More often than not, you'll end up facing off against more than one, which is, you know, a difficult situation to be in. So you kind of have to work on your multiplayer combat. You have to be aware of your surroundings. There's also hazards, sort of area hazards that you can get in and get killed that way. So, but other than that, pretty straightforward conquest style game mode. Capture flags, kill enemies, get your points, and then win. Good fun game mode. Unfortunately, in the beta, the connection was pretty poor, player against player, so it kept dropping a lot. But often so played against AI instead. But hopefully, if it's stable when it releases, it'll be probably the most played game mode, I would say. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you got some idea of the game, and maybe see you online when it comes out on the 14th. See you next time, guys.